Hey YouTube, it's Anna. Welcome back. And as you can see from the title, I'm going to do a passport planner update and setup. And when I mean update, I I think I'll link it below, my first video of doing the kind of like planner update that I did. I think I did it in December, January. And that was my first time going into a passport size planner, and wanted to come on here and kind of review what's working for me, what's not working for me. And I can say right off the bat, I do love this format. It's very similar to what I used to use way back in the day, which is the Moleskine planners that were, I think, the Kahir size. So pretty much like this pocket size, and I very much like that because I don't decorate my planner very much. For me, it's a very functional, very straightforward system, and long ago I've pretty much found what works for me. Each year it might fluctuate a little bit in terms of how I color code things, maybe how I do my to-dos and add little tidbits like that for everyday note-taking. But other than that, my system for a planner, I guess what you would say is I've achieved my planner piece long ago, and I just like a very simple, streamlined system. And so moving into the passport was something that really worked out for me because I like the small size. I like that it's compact, easy to throw into my bag. I also liked it for the fact that when I was working in the office, it was very small for me to take to work. It didn't take up a lot of room, it didn't weigh a lot, and I could just have this out on my desk, and it was something that I could just plan throughout the day for pretty much all my personal things. I don't keep work calendar things in here. I actually, for work, for the most part, keep all of my calendar things in Outlook, just because I work in technology, and it's just a lot easier for me to put in reminders and things like that digitally. But for my personal life, I prefer this format. I like writing things down, and I really like it. And I got one that had this like drier leather that was different from what my Midori had in my regular journal. So it scratched up nicely, and it really worked out. So I'm going to kind of get right into it and how I do have it set up right now. I've got the medium pen loop and a little bunny charm that says "Some Bunny Loves Me," because I have two bunnies. And I do have a business card holder, which I do keep photos in, and then a little Buddhist charm that I got in a Buddhist temple when I was in China a long time ago. And the reason why I'm doing this setup is also because I've pretty much finished this insert. After this week, I've pretty much finished it. And so, not too much of a elaborate system. Let me see if I can get this out so I can show you guys. Actually, I'll just kind of show you the overview. So I had my planner in a 6, this went into mid-July, so it started in January. So pretty much 6.5 months, 7.5 months of planning in here. And this is the insert. I don't remember what number it is, but it's the one where you do have to, it's the weekly view, and then you just wrote in all the days and the months, which I don't mind. I used to have planners like that. And then attached to that, I have a notebook, just a regular notebook, plain paper that I would use to, I don't know, plan blog posts, ideas, and such. This was more or less something that I could work on if I had downtime at work. And then it was in my planner, and it was small, so it kind of made me look like I was busy at work. So that's what that was. And then the other side of the zip pouch, I have a little journaling card that says "Dream Bigger," some more photos, "Keep calm and carry on," and then a lot of what's inside are just some stamps in case I need to mail something, contact information because I don't actually have an address book in here. So that's all in there. And then in the back I have this writing board, which I more or less keep in the back to keep this from warping the zip pouch. So in taking out this portion, which I'm about to change because I no longer need this notebook. I've got a dedicated notebook for my blogs, my blog posts and my videos and ideas. So this can actually be reused for something else. And because I work from home, I don't really need to have that as a separate notebook. If you've watched my video that I've posted at the beginning of the year, I did mention that I had the inserts both pre-decorated. It was just a way for me to use up a lot of diary stickers and such, so I filled it out with family birthdays, holidays, date nights, and stuff. And that's all in there. So I'm gonna find the middle, attach that. And then what I'm going to add actually is a new insert, and I have never used this before. This is the, does it say? No, I can't remember. Darn, I thought it said on here, but this is the Traveler's Notebook Passport Size Free Diary Monthly. So it includes 14 months, a world map, blank pages, and it's similar to this where you do have to fill everything out. Everything's blank, which I will go in and do later. But what I wanted to use this for is, now that we've moved to a new city and there's lots of events going on, I want to be able to pencil in all those things that are going on in the month, in the city, or in the area. And I'm definitely going to be using a pencil, so I'm going to start using the Palomino Blackwing pencil. I do love using this. And that way I have an overview of what's going on in the area, and then if I am going to actually do it, I'll add it in to this insert. And I'll go into how I color code things in a moment. So let me find the center of this, and I will actually add that to the front. And I'm pretty excited about using this monthly insert because in all the years of using a planner in my adult years, I've not really utilized the monthly just because I haven't really had a need to. But now that we've got local events, I want to keep track of treat days. So my husband and I want to eat healthier and maybe designate actual days where we go out and get like a really nice dessert or a donut or something. I can keep track of that in the monthly insert as well. So I'm okay with the one bookmark still. I can use that for my weekly view. And then I will have my monthly view to look at first, so that way I can see what's going on in the month. And I might actually add a bookmark at the top later on. I'm not sure what kind of bookmark yet. I'm still kind of waiting for my things in the pod to come through. So once that's unpacked, maybe I'll kind of do another updated system for how I like using the monthly insert. But that's what's going on with the planner here. And then I've mentioned the J. Crew kind of, I think this is supposed to be like a tech case where you put in wires and earbuds. I got it at the J. Crew outlet a long time ago. I did do a review on that, so I can link that below. And instead, I've actually utilized this for using my, for my planner pens that I use for this. I still keep this as is, even though I'm not really going to and from the office. I just like knowing that these are the pens that I use for my planner. So I've got blue. This is a Muji pen in 0.7 that I like to use for things that are for me and my husband, or I should say my husband and I, when we go on date nights. This is a lavender Le Pen that I use for things that are just for me. So things that go on in my YouTube, me time, things that are just for me personally. And then I've got another Muji pen. This is 0.5 in green, and that's for bills. And maybe payments that I've made, orders that I've made, anything where money is in a transaction, that is used for that. And then I've got a Pilot Precise V5 extra fine pen in red. I love using this red pen. If I could only ever use one red pen in my life, it'd be this one, because it writes so smoothly and the red is so vibrant. I just love the tip of this. And this is for health, very important things that are going on that I really need to have stand out in my planner. Orange, this is a, what is this, a Papermate? I think it's Papermate. Papermate Flare in medium. I use this for all family occasions and family appointments and get-togethers. And then I always have an extra fine, ultra fine point Sharpie that I like to use for writing in like these, where is it? Like these plastic Post-it notes. These kind of things where normal pens don't really write on. I always find that you need a Sharpie. It comes in handy. And then for anything that I don't, that don't fall into these categories, I use my Uniball Vision and Fine pen, which actually comes off as a medium point. That's for every day. That's for just like to-dos, grocery lists, reminders, things like that. Sometimes I will pencil in, not specifically this pencil necessarily, but anything that's not permanent, that's not planned, I will go in with a pencil. That being said, I'm not picky about it. If I need to write something down and I'm in a hurry, I happen to have no pen at all, I need to borrow somebody's, or it's just the pen that's the closest to me, I will write it down in whatever writing tool I have. Because like I said, I like to keep things very simple in my planner. I don't have too many strict rules with myself on it that I have to have it pretty. I'm not a pretty journaler. This for me is functional, so you might see stickers here and there, but that was me just really using up certain things in my stash. So there we have it. I keep it very streamlined, like I said, and if I do take it anywhere, this ends up being the two things that I throw in with my Midori into a bag, and then I go to a cafe and sit and plan. So wanted to come on here quickly to share with you that. And oh, here's what I wanted to ask you guys, because I have tried to find online a template for some sort of expense planning, expense tracker for a passport size. I tried looking on DIY Fish and I didn't exactly find what I needed. Ray Blake had one, but I think it was for the larger size. So if you guys have recommendations, or you yourself like create these templates to sell on Etsy or something that I can download, please let me know, because I've been trying to find something that fits into this size. And I would very much like to have some sort of expense tracker. I didn't used to have one. I used to do that on an Excel sheet, but now that my husband and I have reworked our budget, we've both got sort of what you would say an allowance each month, so that way we can save more money to travel. And I want to be able to keep track of my own personal spending in my planner. So if you guys have any recommendations, I would very much appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.